in Moses Mabhida Stadium. So as we publicly stated in November 2024, UMkhoto Wesizwe Party is celebrating its first year of existence as a political party here in South Africa. The many activities and programs we are engaging in as part of these celebrations will culminate, as we stated before, in a public and people's rally and gala dinner which are going to take place here in Moses Mabhida Stadium and the Olive Convention Center on the 15th and 16th of December 2024 respectively. So the province of Gauteng pioneered the UMkhoto Wesizwe Party's celebratory events on Saturday the 30th of November 2024 in Loras Stadium, Ekurhuleni, which saw traditional and religious leaders, traditional healers, people with disabilities, and more than 20,000 MK party supporters and members in attendance.
Welcome everyone to this YouTube channel. I hope you are having a wonderful day and I thank you for joining me. So today I just want to give you a quick update about the MK Party 1 year anniversary that is happening in Moses Mabhida in eThekwini. Yes, they are planning this big event that is coming, right? So they had their press conference prior to the rally that they'll be holding. Then on the other hand, we have also the economical freedom fighters, the EFF, are just preparing for their conference to elect a new leader. So in the world of politics, things are just busy, right, left, center. This business, political parties are busy. The ANC, you know, it's busy. Everyone is busy, right? So today I want us just to talk about the key points that the MK Party have addressed, right? Some of the things that they've addressed, many of us, we had some question, right? It is a bomb question that one of the journalists asked, right, about the issue of the foreign nationals and them being given permits and you know, and the food that they are selling which has expired, the food that they are selling that is poisonous, right? And one of the biggest questions that they asked was that why we do not see the MK Party on the ground addressing these issues, right? So the SG of the UMkhoto Wesizwe was there. Then they were addressing some of the or answering some of the questions that were asked, right? So if you want to know what did the leadership of the MK Party say concerning these matters, stick around. And as you stick around, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and press the super thanks button, and maybe you could just leave your comment on the section below so that we will hear your thoughts, right? So no, politics is not a one-man's game, but it takes the entire community to express their views, and just we hear different reasoning. Don't take it personally, just politics, right? Other one favors this, the other one favors the next one, the EFF, the ANC, the MK, the PA, the IFP, right? It's just the house of which one is your preference, right? So let's just get into it without wasting any time. So the first thing, the first key point that they said, number one, UMkhoto Wesizwe is number one in KZN and does acknowledge that their IFP are strongholds, right? This comes after there are some awards that the MK Party have lost to the IFP. So here they were acknowledging that don't make this thing to be a big issue about saying that there are some areas where UMkhoto Wesizwe is not strong and they are losing to the IFP, right? So here Floyd Shivambu, what he did, he just said some few names of the municipalities or the areas where the IFP has its own stronghold, like this.
What we're going to do successfully is to defend the gains which UMkhoto Wesizwe has already recorded here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. UMkhoto Wesizwe is number one in all the 11 regions of KwaZulu-Natal. We are number one in terms of the number of votes received in the 29th of May. And the number of municipalities where UMkhoto Wesizwe is not number one are very few. It's Big Five Hlabisa, we said in the last press conference, it's Big Five Hlabisa in Mkhanyakude, it's Ulundi in Zululand because of the IFP's historical dominance there. It's Mtonjaneni in King Tetwayo. It's Greater Kokstad in Herigwala region. It's Mzumkulu in Herigwala region. But the rest of the municipalities, UMkhoto Wesizwe is a decisive number one, inclusive of Abatulusi, of Nongoma, of Dumbe, of all the municipalities that are strategic. Then Hausa in Newcastle, UMkhoto Wesizwe is upward of 55%. So those gains are going to be defended much more boldly and without shame, including the ones where UMkhoto Wesizwe is number one in the province of Mpumalanga and Gauteng region. Will defend those gains and get to even bring each and every other municipality into the fold of decisive victory. We are a national organization which is going to spread its wings everywhere. It, of course, was not practically possible to could spread the wings of UMkhoto Wesizwe in less than 6 months of its existence when the 29 May elections took place.
Then another key point that they express, which is number 2, is that the issue of the foreign nationals and their spice shops. He said that the ground forces of the UMkhoto Wesizwe are on the ground, but the media does not cover those stories. And if you remember quite well, even the ANC has complained about such, the EFF has also complained about such, to say that the media in a way is bias, right? So where political parties are doing good, they will not come and cover the stories, right? But when now there's some scandals, bad things are happening, then they will be rushing to wanting to expose whatsoever story that they want to expose, right? So the journalists or the medias are just feeding on the negative. They want to report propagandas, they want to report gossip and scandals, right? So we know how the media here in South Africa has been channeled. That's how they make money, by the way. So they responded to say that, but when you do these things, the ground forces of the MK party are there, they attend, they've been facing these people, they've been attending these people, but you guys are not there to cover, right? Even TikTok is just a helping hand, you will see, in which is true. I've seen members, a group of members of MK party, a group of members of the EFF, a group of members of the ANC attending to these matters, but you'll never see it on TV or being televised somewhere, right? So they complain about that, right? So another issue that they've mentioned, which is point number 3, he gave update when it comes to UMkhoto Wesizwe rallies across the country, like in Gauteng, Ekurhuleni region, in Vosloorus, and in Mpumalanga, in the place called UMkhoto. So I believe this one they needed just to clarify on it, especially coming after what the CIC said. So what did the CIC said? Julius Malema is accusing them to be a Zulu nationalist party, that it is a tribal party. Let's hear what the CIC says here.
The vote tja rena tja EFF a di tswe Limpopo fela, di tswa everywhere. Unlike ba o kry di vote tja maZulu Natala fela, ba fetsa ba claim or no, they are a national party. They are IFP light. They are not a national organization. They exist and get their votes in KZN. We can organize a rally in KZN. They will never organize a rally in Malamulela. They will never organize a rally anywhere outside KZN because they are a regional party. How can a regional party destroy a national organization?
So after you've heard the CAC, what comes to your mind? The MK party has taken another stance, right? They are having this big rally, preparing that rally in KZN, right? But at the same time, they came here in Johannesburg in the place called Fossora Ekurhuleni, and they had a very successful rally. Then they went to Mpumalanga to a place called UMkhoto. Then they had a very successful mini rally, right? So this is how they respond according to how I view it. This is how they respond. They want to tell South Africans that UMkhoto Wesizwe is not only a Zulu party. We have seen even in the Eastern Cape, colored people now are joining UMkhoto Wesizwe. White people are joining then UMkhoto Wesizwe. Then it goes back to what the CIC has said, that this is a Zulu nationalist party. They are only based in KZN and they can't go anywhere. This thing is for the Zulus, right? So does it make this now to say the CIC is lying about what the MK party stand for, or the MK party is just fighting to disprove the CIC as a liar, to say no, this is not a Zulu party, this is a national party whereby you can find color joining it, you can find people, the Ndebeles, the Lepombo, the Pedis, the Tswanas, everyone is joining the MK party, and we've seen the MK party enlarging across the country, right? So another point that they explained there is point number 4. He spoke about the Galadina.
Now, we have purposefully divorced from the culture of other political organization of holding a gala dinner before the rally, because gala dinners by their very nature, they finish after midnight. So if you have got an important program which will need your energy the next day, it's not advisable that you have a program the day before which exhausts you until after midnight. So if we have a gala dinner on a Friday or Saturday, it's definitely we're going to pass the midnight period, whether it's the speeches and the interactions and everything else, and then you still expect the same people to go and address a rally the next day. So we then took it differently, that let's attend the rally fresh, the entire leadership fresh, interact with our people, and then the rally is done around 5, 6 in the evening. We've got the whole night to rest, we've got the second day to rest as well. And then the gala dinner is held in the evening of Monday, when the leadership is again fresh to address a full fresh program, and can easily even cross over the midnight button, such that they don't have any other obligations organizationally the day after.
That they normally hold before the actual rally event, right? And you know what, I want to add something on the Galadina, right? And this thing of the Galadina, it was customary from back in the days in the ANC when Jacob Zuma was the president, to say that they will have Galadinas, then afterwards it will be the big event, it will be the rallies, right? But the SG Floyd Shivambu said they want to change the modem, right? They don't want to have Galadinas, then after the following day they will be attending a rally, because he says that when they attend these rallies, they get there feeling sleepy and tired, right? But they will start with the rally, and then later there will be a Galadina, then they will be tired in the Galadina, right? So now there's something I want us to notice, right? He mentioned something very interesting. He said to sit in the table where Jacob Zuma is, to sit with Jacob Zuma, it will cost 2 million. Yeah, you heard me correctly. To sit, for you to book a seat next to Zuma, you will pay 2 million rands. 2 million, right? And he continued to say that there are even potential people who are willing to pay the money, right? So meaning they have a list of people who are saying, okay, we want to be in that table, we'll pay the money. Because he said that these people, they support the MK party, you know. So that's why I said this tradition, I remember it from the ANC. The ANC does the same thing even today, right? So now the reason why the Galadinas are made, let me just maybe explain. The Galadinas are made so they attract business people to be part of the political party. So it is done to attract investors, right? So that is when the investor control or the investor capital becomes part of the political party, right? That is why most people here in South Africa, they really wanna know who are the people who are funding their political parties, because some of the people who have the capital, who come to these political gala dinners are very, let me say, are mafias. They are running networks that are very corrupt, right? And they used this investment or galadinas to invest in these political parties so that they will further their own malicious agendas about that certain political party. For example, we know that the attention that the MK can get compared to the ATM is different, because now the MK is the center of attraction, and it has demonstrated to hold power, especially in the side of KZN, and it has convinced, if you are an investor and they say to you, which party would you invest in between the ATM and the MK party, it's simply you'll go for the MK party, because you know that if it can be in charge of government, there is a high chance that you as an investor will benefit, because there's no investor that is investing his means and money for loss. Every investor invests for profit, right? So that is when now these things of party capture or state capture, they creep in, because when the party now is in power, then there will be some people and forces that will want to direct the hand of the party unseen, right? Which is monopoly capital, or those who have capitalized to the party, right? So that is the mission of the gala dinner. I'm not saying that is wrong. I'm saying that it needs not to attract the mafias, wrong people who are against, especially against the people. Because when you want to do the issue of land, these guys, because they gave you so many millions and billions, they will tell you, no, not this one, right? And your party will have now to compromise and not to further that to happen, because they have investors. They need to please their investors. So the investor propaganda makes those who are running the political party to choose whether to please their masters or to please the people, right? And I believe this is one of the stands that the ANC as a government has taken, that they have chosen to please the masters, because many of the policies and very much of the things that they do are questionable in terms of doing things that will uplift the people, such as creating jobs, such as uplifting the people out of poverty, such as developing the infrastructure. We no longer see that happening. But when it comes to business, the President Ramaphosa always telling us about investors. He's always telling us about market. It's like he's speaking to please some capitalists somewhere that we don't know about, right? Okay, let me pause there. Let me